Okay, take a look at your screen. Tell me that this is not a magical mystery tour. Look at how beautiful those colors are and those flowers bloom. This is Roberta's 3-piece Delphinia Delphinium. It's a mix, and these are perennials, so they're gonna come back year after year. Look at your screen, look at those colors, the pinks, the vibrant, like regal, royal blues and purples. They just are amazing in their color. They're new, and it's the first day ever at this low price. They're at a sale price, and they're on 3 easy payments of $5.51, and that does go away at the end of the day. You also get free shipping and handling. The next one, think of a field of them. Oh my gosh. I just want to say, although they are super regal and very stately flower, if you're familiar with the Delphiniums, you usually have the problem of them getting much too tall, and then what they do is they fall over, they snap, they break. It just doesn't work, and most people give up on them. Well, what makes these different is this is a dwarf. It will only get to be about 2.5 feet tall. Very, very manageable. These are gorgeous. Hummingbirds love them.
Hummingbirds
Butterflies love them.
Yes, all pollinators love them.
Oh my gosh, tell me
I
about
love
this.
them.
I
You
love them so.
love them. Yeah, you know, Delphinium, it was one of those flowers when I was younger, and I'd go to the botanical gardens with my parents, and I'd see them, and I'd be like, where is this flower from? Are we in like a fairy tale book?
Yeah.
Because they are so absolutely stunning. The flowers are incredible. But as you were saying, a lot of the Delphiniums, a lot of the modern Delphiniums, they still grow, they're like 7 feet tall. Any sign of a wind and they're broken. And then in the summertime, when the hot sun comes, they just melt away. They turn to this black mush, and this, I don't want that in my garden.
People got tired of it. And
People got tired
so
of
I kind
them.
of want everyone who's watching right now not to read the screen and go, oh, Delphiniums.
I know, exactly.
Because these are different.
These are totally different. This was just released last year, and to my knowledge, we were one of the very first people to be growing these across the country. And what makes the Delphina Delphinium such a special plant is, first of all, these are dwarf plants, so they're only about 2.5 feet to 3 feet tall. That makes them the perfect Delphinium for garden borders and flower beds of any size. Any garden has space for these plants, but also each one of the 3 plants that you're going to receive at home has a gorgeous mixture of different colors. So in each one of your 3 pots, you know, you plant it out into your garden bed, into your containers. They're going to produce colors from whites to the roses, dark pink, and dark blue, and a light blue. And look at the root system that they already have. These plants are so healthy and ready to go.
Very established, ready to go. And we're gonna get 3 of those. They're quite large too. Are these easy though, Devin? Because honestly, a lot of times when I see big, beautiful flowers, I think, oh, that's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
right?
you know, and for years they were too difficult for the home gardeners to grow. But this Delphinium, first of all, this is a perennial Delphinium that's gonna start flowering the first year and bloom every single year, whereas other Delphiniums only bloom every other year. They're biennials. But it is also much more heat tolerant, so it's not gonna melt away. And the final thing that I love about these is that these will offer you 2 solid flushes of flowers. And a flush of flower just means a blooming season. So you're gonna get a first season in the midsummer, and then a second flowering in the autumn. And one of my favorite plants to pair it with is
Stephanie.
This
Why
bee-balm.
would you put the bee balm in front of it?
Well, so because my brother was saying, you know, these are going to be about 2 to 3 feet tall, whereas these bee balms are going to get about 1.5 feet. So imagine, you know, this is the back of by your fence or up against your home, and you want to have this nice layered look in your garden, and then maybe some ice plant, which we're having later down at the bottom.
Well, the bee balm's coming up next.
That's right.
But what you guys are proposing, and I love where you're going with this, is a true cascading waterfall of color.
Yes.
When you do the heights. And I love that both of you really helped me figure out what heights and where it's going to go and how it's going to work. So you guys stay tuned with these guys. Because that's what they're going to be doing for us.
And I just want to remind you real quick, stay here for a second, Steph,
I am.
that if you guys are curious about how tall they grow, where they grow, every collection comes with our growing guides, which I write, and I know there's more than enough good information in there.
Oh God.
Believe you me.
So,
yes.
Oh my God.
You know, and the one thing, when we're gardening, what do we want? We want color, and we want a lot of it. So a Delphinium that's going to provide color all summer long, every single year. paired with the bee balm, which blooms probably even longer than,
Yes.
than the Delphinium, you will have the most colorful, joyful experience ever. You know, when I go to gardens, the thing that really makes my mind at peace and at, you know, in a state of calmness, seeing all of the color.
You're right. You made a big point. And the reason why we garden is because, see what's on your screen?
That.
That's what we want.
Yes.
That's what we want.
That's what we want. And that is one of the reasons why Delphinium, there's a certain lore about Delphinium.
Yeah.
It is an elegant, stately flower because, first of all, there are these gorgeous flower spires that are filled with all of these individual flowers all the way around the stems, but also the colors are unlike anything you've ever seen. Have you ever seen a blue like that in your garden?
No, absolutely not. And I mean, maybe if you go into a bachelor button, that'd be maybe about it, you know, but otherwise, geez Louise, that is just, I mean, on fire color. And this is what these are about. And it's not just one flower, it's like a stalk of flowers.
Yes.
You know, it's a pillar of flowers.
Yeah, and because the plants stay more compact and shorter, you can plant these along the borders. Plant this in the middle of your flower beds. I love them in containers. I grow them in containers on my patio, on my porch, because I need, you know, having a small limited area to grow plants in containers, I have to pick plants that are gonna bloom a long, long time. That's why I picked these, because they bloom a long time every summer and the flowers are unlike anything else. But best of all, this is a perennial Delphinium that's gonna bloom every single year. And it doesn't just wash away in the middle of the summer like some of those other varieties of Delphinium out there. I hate those ones they turn to black mush and it's like, ugh, what
that's
is
why
the
you don't
point?
get them anymore, but that's not these.
That's
the
not
new
these.
variety you said came around, what, last year? Just last
Yeah,
year?
just last year from our
and
friends over in Switzerland.
About his friends over in Switzerland. There you go.
I
love that.
We got friends all over
all
the
over
globe.
the world. And you know what? I think your generation's the smartest one. No offense, Court, Kevin, and Eric, but I'll tell you what, these guys have the wisdom of the last 3 generations.
I know, well,
four
yes,
generations,
exactly.
All piled into one.
Thankfully,
so,
my dad had me working flower shows when I was 5 years old.
seriously.
No joke.
Ah, geez. The cutest thing at the flower shows, him. All right. Until you were born. All right. These are coming up to the 6-piece giant margarita mixed begonias.